Good afternoon. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Facebook, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? All the way live.
All the way live.
Tony Brown, all the way live,
All the
man.
way live.
What's happening to you? What's happening to your Facebook? I know everybody been busy. It's a Thursday.
Yeah.
It's a Thursday. It's a throwback Thursday.
Throwback Thursday.
Throwback
Christmas
Thursday.
in 4 days.
Yeah. So look, first I hit this up, man. Thanks, Hub. My buddy Hub. I was talking to him, giving me some lunch. Was working on some stuff at the office, and I told Hub I was telling him about some issues that's going on that we're gonna talk about. And I said, well, man, I'll come eat my lunch down here with you. And big shouts out to everybody for sending all the love out for my dad and my family and the passing of my dad. And so appreciate that, brother Hub. Bless that mic.
Hey, we here. We are making history today. He might not know it, but we are filming the first time that me and Brother Sean has went live in the Hood to Hood Mentor Building. That's where we are at now. So it's just a miracle to be in this building. We're going to have our grand opening somewhere around between Martin Luther King holiday and the 1st of February. We're going to go live. So I'm really excited. Stay tuned to hear more about Hood to Hood Mentoring.
You know, we messing with some janky Wi-Fi around here, some janky Wi-Fi. So yeah, stick with us. Hey, I ain't paid for this Wi-Fi. We got a cord running all the way to Crab. Hey man, but look, you know, a lot of people been blowing me up, brother Hub. I don't want to hold you guys up long. A lot of people been blowing me up on some stuff that I didn't know. As you might know, I'm running for Champaign County Coroner. I've been in the funeral home business for 13 years. I'm a life insurance agent. Been doing that for about 13 years. I work with business to business insurance. Just took a property and casualty class and testing and all of those different things. So I have pretty good knowledge of what's going on with final expense, funeral homes, working with the coroner's office. We do reality day a couple times a year with the current coroner, with the past current coroner, which was Dwayne. And so just that interaction with the coroner's office and other funeral homes, that's my lane. That's my lane. And so when the opportunity came up with Dwayne want to retire, and this, you getting an exclusive because I never really told this to anybody. And you know, the news always give you snippets. Mm-hmm. So when Dwayne retired, I was working at the funeral home. One of my funeral directors, because a lot of people say, well, you ain't got no funeral license and all this here. I am the CEO of a business. Right. I hire people to do the work for me. Right. So I hire funeral directors. And one of my funeral directors that came over and he was like, look, bro, he said, man, Dwayne retired, man. You ought to try to check that out, man, and see what's going on. I think that'd be a good fit for you. So, you know, I marinated on it. I prayed about it. I started doing some research because you always got to do your research to see if it's a lane that you want to fit. And so I did some research, talked to a couple of other guys that's in the funeral home business. And then they said, bro, I think that'd be a good fit. So here we are now. I'm campaigning. I got a team of folks that's been helping me out. We had an extensive meeting on yesterday to try to figure out, you know, what's going on. What's this in the newspaper? We've already started our campaign. Mm-hmm. I've already got over 600 and some petitions signed. Mm-hmm. Big shouts out to Bishop Wynn for allowing me to come to his church. Big shouts out my with Mount Calvary, Pastor Parks with Pilgrim, Pastor Shelby, you know, whole Baptist ministry, Brother Hub, his congregation, you know, so many different other folks from other across this city that reached out and said, Sean, that's a good fit for you, man. WEFT, so many different people that have poured into me. Mm-hmm. And so now here come the curveball.
Here come the curveball.
You know what I'm saying? Well, as soon as we get excited, mm-hmm. Here's the curve. Mm-hmm. So the curve is that the Champaign, I got a call. Granted, I get a call Monday, 5:45. I get this call. My sister say, hey, come to the house, dad gone. That's the first call I got. So I'm dealing with my family because my dad, he's my right-hand man in the funeral home business, been with me since I've been in business 13 years. I'm dealing with my family and funeral planning and all of these other things that we got to do for my dad. So then after that, I get a call later on that evening at about 6, 7 o'clock. Hey man, are you sitting down? You're in a place where you can talk? Curveball. County board is now saying, hey, look, we no longer need the coroner's office. We're going to put a referendum and we're going to have a meeting on Thursday to be able to put a referendum on the ballot to get rid of the coroner's office. Okay. And to get rid of the auditor. Okay. I don't know about the auditor. I know about the coroner. Okay. Let's get that. I don't know enough about that, but I know about what I'm bringing to the table as far as coroner, because I've been working within the city for the last 30 years on community issues. I've been a part of subcommittees. I've been a part of the larger base committees. I've been a part of, I started Station Adjustment. Walk is One is a program that I brought to the table. Station Adjustment was a program that I brought to the table. So we can run the pipeline to prison for teenagers. Okay. Community Coalition, which evolved through CCAP, the community partnership that we spent many years trying to develop. And Coalition is connecting all organizations.
So what you really saying is you bring way more than being a coroner to the table.
Come on, man.
Which might be the threat.
Yeah.
Which might be the threat as to why they want to do away with it. Because you got relationships all around the state that enhances that you're just not the regular coroner.
Right.
And to caveat to that, you have concerns about gun violence. You got concerns about this music that's playing. So this could make you a lot more influential.
Well, and I know it's not popular in this political realm to be able to say, but I gotta say it. This opportunity will allow us to have the first African American coroner in the history of the state of Illinois. And I think that now, do I care about all citizens of Champaign County? Yes, I do. I'm an American soldier. I'm an American soldier. I raised my hand at 17 years old to defend this country from foreign and domestic, and I still stand on them principles.
Standing on
10 toes down.
10 toes down.
I see something happen in my community. I've raised my hand toward God and this country that I help defend. So I'm not going to see something happen to anybody, black, white, Latino, Hispanic, Asian, anything happen on my watch.
On my watch. Yeah.
And I'm just going to let it happen. Same way I used to tell them brothers in the barbershop, don't come down here with that. Because you don't want, I'm going to be saying something else in my room.
Right.
I don't know what you're going to be saying in your room, but in my room, I'll be saying something different. Right. So don't do that around me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because I'm standing on God and country.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we got that out the way. Okay. And so that being said, the Bible said my people perish for the lack of knowledge. So a lot of us getting in different realms, we get into it, and your motives, you always say your motives got to be pure.
Yes.
So my motives always got to be in alignment. And I promised them guys from the hood that used to come to me, and those University of Illinois students and the professors and the athletes, that I would never forget them. So I'm always going to be doing something in the spirit of them. It's protecting my community and the legacy that me and Miel tried to create in our community. And so that being said, when these areas came up, whether it was a funeral home business, I want to be the best in it. Whether if it was life insurance agent, I want to know everything. I just checked in. I told you about it. I just checked the insurance adjuster about a claim that a family had and told them what the rules was. Period. Out of North Carolina. Checked her. Fumbled her. Because she didn't think I know. And that's where we lose at. When they don't think you know. And that's why the Bible says knowledge is key. Get in all your ways, get up.
I understand.
Come on, man. And know what's going on. So
what do we need
to know
for tonight?
So this is what we need to know tonight. First of all, I would say, even if you don't know anything, just go show up. You don't know anything. Even if you ain't got a dog in the fight, even if you're not going to vote with me, at least show up and see what governmental bodies look like and see what governmental bodies do on your behalf, or at least supposed to be doing on your behalf. Because when the they say when the sun away, the mice will play.
Cats away, the mice will play.
Yeah, and so when you're not watching the ball, you know what? How you a basketball coach? What happened when the point guard closes his eyes?
Oh man, it's over with. The engine lead the car. For real.
Can you have a point guard that closes his eyes?
Man, you can't.
What happened? What happened to that game? That particular day?
You'd be 0-8. You
And
ain't got no point guard to run your team. You might be 0-8.
And that's what happened. When you don't have nobody that's advocating at the table for you. So let me give you the spiel of what's going on. So the reasoning for them wanting to get rid of the coroner's office is it's under the auspice that they're going to save money. Okay, they're going to save money, but the downside is that they haven't showed us what they're going to do with the savings of the money. The downside of it is because now you put other stress on other departments to handle the capacity of what an expert in that area should be doing. So I shouldn't be trying to coach, and I know I don't coach. I used to play a little ball, but I'm not coaching.
That ain't your role.
That ain't my lane.
Anointing.
That ain't my lane. I gotta have compassion in it. And you guys know how you go to some of these places and you go, and this person don't really want to be there because the opportunity was there. They was an opportunist, and that now they the customer service rep, and they don't give no customer service.
They don't even like people.
And so when you're dealing with that delicate of a situation with the loss of loved ones and those delicate forms and those paperwork that are so important to families, you have to have compassion within your spirit to be able to deal with this. So they're one thing is saving money. So they cut these two positions out. They're saving money. The downside about it is that you could have did this years ago.
But you wasn't running.
That's right. And so now you got me involved. You got my petitions going. You got me rallying people together. Now, the thing that they don't understand about Sean, I'm going to do my research. So the coroner's position and the coroner's office has been in existence since 1875. We've had a coroner since 1875, but the role was put on to Rena and Whitecross Funeral Home because they were the oldest funeral home in Champaign County. So they were doing the role of a coroner. Plus, they was doing a dual role as the ambulance to take people to the doctor that was in Champaign County, Stagecoach. 1875, Stagecoach. So if you go over to Rena and Whitecross facility, you can look around on the walls and you'll see the historical events. Because I've been over there and I've listened to Steve give me the stories and tell me the history. Because Mother Hattie said, if you don't know where you've been, you ain't gonna know where you're going. And I'm so glad I had those conversations for such a time as this.
Yeah, it's all right.
You know what I'm saying? So now I know I know more than what they know. So how do you get rid of a position that we fought so hard and we built brick by brick, investment after investment to get us here? And you should not be decreasing, you should be increasing.
Especially with everything that's going on now.
Gun violence, fentanyl overdoses, heroin overdoses, suicide at an all-time high. With teens, 5-year-olds committing suicide around this country. So we have a lot of issues that we can tackle at a large scale. That we can attack them at a large scale, like the city.
It probably is.
And so when you see that 403, that's somebody for the city. I hope we ain't saying nothing wrong.
Maybe they're gonna say we apologize. We gonna.
Hey, Jimmy said if I said something wrong, in my chest you belong. But I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna stay on focus. And so one of the things about it, man, is that when we're talking about these issues, very important issues to families, man. Very important issues. These are key roles. And even the auditor's role is a key role. It's a key role because it reflects back on your integrity.
Yes.
It reflects back on transparency. And even if you say, hey, look, we get order and we make the sheriff do a dual role. Well, there's no I wouldn't say transparency, but it could alter the integrity of the office because it's a conflict of interest. That's the language that I want to use, conflict of interest. Because since 2002, we've had up to almost 20 people die in the county jail. So if you're in charge of the county jail, how can you do an investigation of yourself?
Policing the police.
That don't work. So those are the things that I want to bring up on tonight, and I need all of your support at 6:30 at the Champaign County Brookings building. 6:30 tonight. I need all hands on deck.
All hands on deck.
We got to be able to show that we're not sleeping in the community.
That's right. Everybody. We
got to show that we involved. I need all y'all support. I can't get there by myself, but I sure can get into a position if I get there to be able to help a whole lot of us that's in some bad places. You know, I mean, it's things like COVID relief funds that were available for a lot of us that had caught COVID, and a lot of us that died, that we knew nothing about the funds that was out there. You know, even as they try to strategically manipulate the statute of the law from the Illinois Assembly that wrote this statute of how to govern coroners and govern elected officials.
Is anybody else getting rid of coroners around the state?
We would be the only county out of 102 counties in the state of Illinois to get rid of their county coroner.
My mama would say there's a dead cat on the line. That's what my mama would say.
We would be the only county.
The only one, and we're doing it because it's just ironic. It's poor timing to bring this up.
Yeah.
When you got a brother running for the office that never held.
Yeah.
It's just poor timing to even bring that up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you got a brother.
Yeah.
It's just poor timing. Even if their motives is pure, you picked a bad time.
It's a
My
bad.
mama says it's a dead cat on the line.
Yeah, and it's definitely bad timing for them to be able to try to get rid of the coroners, put it on a referendum. And so what would happen? If that happens, right? Okay, I run for office. I get my campaign together. I get my funding together. All of this and this and that. Okay, so I'm on the ballot. My Democratic opponent is on the ballot.
Right.
The referendum is on the ballot to get rid of these two offices. If I win, okay, now and the voters vote, hey, well, yeah, we can save some money, and they vote to get rid of it, right? Then it goes to an appointed position. Now the citizens lose the right to have the power to elect.
Right.
So now it goes to an appointed position.
Yeah,
they take away the power of the people.
Mm-hmm.
So now it goes internally. So when you know how it happens on the job, when you're on the job, then the person that you like get the job. So even though if I win the election, they can say, hey, look, Sean, yeah, you did a great election. You did a great fight. And you did really well. But we don't really like you like that.
Right.
Matter of fact, we like your Democratic opponent better.
Right.
We're going to bring them in.
Right.
They got more experience.
Right. Right.
And they bring them in.
Right.
And they could alter the salary. They can say, hey, Sean, we really like you, man. All right, that's cool. But instead of 100,
right,
we going to give you 30. They got all rights to do so. And so I've read this stuff myself because when I started trying to get involved with it, you need to do the research. And so I read the statute, Illinois statute codes, and what the spirit of the law wasn't written for that. The spirit of the law was written and put in place that the county boards for each county can appoint people within these positions for municipalities that could not afford to have a coroner. So that was the spirit of the law. They're manipulating the spirit of the law to fit what they want to do.
That's right. To create and control their narrative.
Yeah. And so that wasn't the spirit of the law. So you have to stick with the spirit of the law. Because if it ever goes to court, the judge has to go on what was the spirit of the law. The same way that Trump and them is ready to go take this stuff to the Supreme Court. They have to balance out what was the spirit of the law. The same way that they revise or revisit the Constitution. What were the first fathers? What were they trying to say?
Right.
What was the spirit and the nature of what they
Right.
were trying to do?
Right.
And they did it to include for inclusion of smaller counties,
Right.
because they knew that everybody wouldn't have the money that Champaign County has. And the second thing about it is we should be growing, because not only were we doing, we had our pathologists in the community, and our actually pathologists that we had in Champaign County did the historical autopsy of Trayvon Martin. Okay, and so that's what he wrote on with his resume, right? And so, but he also was able to serve other counties surrounding Champaign County, which brought us in more revenue. So one of my jobs getting in there is to extend the right hand of fellowship,
Yes, sir.
to other counties,
Yes, sir.
to be able to bring in more revenue. So if they're talking about revenue, they're not giving me a chance
Right.
to extend the right hand of fellowship.
Yeah, you dangerous, because you come with a lot more. You come with some bonuses than just being.
Let me go make a friend.
Yeah.
I might be able to make a friend all the way down to East St. Louis.
Calvin the corner.
Yeah, I might be able to make a friend all the way down to East St. Louis. Next thing you know, we done hired 2 or 3 more deputies, because we serving Illinois, wherever we fall short at. But you're not giving us a chance. You're not even giving.
They don't want you to
Neither
have a chance.
And I'll say this. I'll say this. I'm gonna keep it 100, because y'all my people. Because one thing about it, God bless a child that got his own. You see what I'm saying? And so it ain't just necessarily the money that I need to go get, because I really don't need a job. What I do need is a platform to be able to be better for my people. And this allows me to have a platform, being the only the first African American corner, thinking the way I'm thinking, and seeing what I see, and talking to the mothers on Tuesday nights that's been affected by gun violence. Now we address gun violence at a national level, to be able to get these folks some closure, because it's bigger than just our courthouse over here. It's bigger than just Champaign. It's a national issue, man, that's affecting people across this country.
Right. And with you in the position of corner and going to just different conferences and stuff, and rubbing elbows with individuals, there's some other people that think the same way, especially when you got a passion for this music, for this the rap music and all this. You got a passion for that, and this could really help you build relationships for change.
In this country, it's a person that get killed every 30 seconds in this country.
And a lot of people getting killed now here locally in the Chicago area got to do with the music, got to do with
man, in this country, whether it's domestic violence, you know, you just mad, things ain't going right.
One song said, "My mama can get
it." The young folks call it devil time, demon time. They call it demon time. When they get the drugs in them, the alcohol in them, you know, they already traumatized. You know, they start listening to Lil Durk and his homies that's telling them to go out and do something, and they call that, "Hey man, stay out my way, I'm on demon time." The boys that just did that up and ran too. I'm on demon time. Anybody can get it.
Anybody can get it.
What do? And what we've been doing over these years in those particular offices is tag and bag. Now you can go with that, or you can go with somebody that don't want to see you at the office. I don't want, you know, we should be not want to see you at the office.
That's right, prevention. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what should be happening. We don't want to see you here. And that's where the educational piece come in.
It would definitely be historic.
Yeah, because
to put you in.
I told you, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. So how do we stop perishing? We educate. We bring them up to speed. We let them know exactly what fentanyl do to you. We let you know exactly what alcohol abuse does. We educate you and partner with other people like yourself with your programs and allow you to be great. Let you understand what your value is, that you're valuable, you're wonderfully made, you are somebody. What Martin said, you know, despite the color of my skin, I can be somebody. And that's what we need.
That's what we need.
You know, you got anything? Hopefully I hit y'all when y'all brought y'all the best.
I'll be real quick. I was just thinking in the 60s, Martin Luther King then would have called every pastor in the community, and it'd be 5,000 people there. Now in January, I'm taking over as president of the Minister Alliance, and that's one of my goals, is to be able to mobilize people.
What happens if those leaders don't get empowered when you have an issue of this magnitude and they don't show up?
Well, we know who we're dealing with. We know we're dealing with. And one monkey don't stop the show. But in the Bible, when the guy had the plague, they would all tell him he got the plague. Don't go around him, he got the plague. And if you're getting up every Sunday or you on William Jones radio, yeah, I said that, and you talking about all these issues, I'm finna call you to the carpet. And if you don't come to the carpet and help us, then I'm pointing you out as a plague. Because I ain't got long to be in charge. God want me just in charge enough to get the Minister Alliance where it need to be, and I'm gonna hand it to somebody under 40 and let them do what they do. I ain't got a whole lot of time to be babysitting, but I know leadership like I know the back of my hand, and this is something God told me, I want you to do this. So I'm calling on all ministers, all pastors. January, we're gonna meet at Neal Street Blues. And if you on the radio or you out here talking all this stuff and you ain't gonna back it up, I'm calling plague.
You know, it bothers me. Now he want to try to call me, man. It bothers me when these guys don't get involved.
Yeah,
it bothers me.
But I'm hopeful.
I mean,
I'm hopeful. Most of the guys been waiting on the change. Most of the young guys that I know, they've been waiting on the change. And we need
the young leaders.
The young leaders are waiting on the change for people to put them under their wing and develop. I'm talking about ministers now. I'm talking about there's some amazing young ministers out here, you know, and then you got some amazing middle-aged ministers, which I'm gonna focus on. I have a lot of confidence in them. I don't think it's gonna be no problem rallying the troops, because most people won't change.
Yeah.
And most people, most ministers should want to be the salt of the earth, you know. So,
and you know, Brother Hub,
but I will call plague.
Yeah.
I will. And I ain't gonna spend no more time on it. We're gonna move on, because it's gonna happen. Because God ain't gonna set me up for failure.
Yeah, I will say this, man. We have a great community with a lot of resources. Mm-hmm. But one thing about our community is that we will go to sleep on it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And people want to see that happen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're not at the table advocating, you're on the menu. Mm-hmm.
And then shout out to Rand to Danville. We're gonna go get them. Yeah. I got one that might come all the way from Bloomington for the Alliance, because it ain't just about Champaign. We the salt of the earth, not the salt of Champaign.
And that being said, you know, I mean, that coroner's position is a county position, yes, right? Sir. So yes, we got Rantoul. Yes, sir. You know, we got St. Joe. Yes, sir. We got Muhammad. Mm-hmm. We got Sadors. You know, so we got a bunch of different things that we're gonna get addressed to help their communities also. You know,
Rantoul is a special beast. I've been there. I've been living there about 3 years, and it has potential to be a breath of fresh air. It's ripe for the season, but we got to work together. Yeah. We can't have two different worlds. Right now, we got two different worlds in Rantoul. Yeah, and we got to bring them together. And
you always say paint a picture.
Yeah,
they got to see a picture.
Yeah, they got to see it.
They got to see a picture. Yeah. So that way.
So my party comment is going to be: if you're a minister and you're in Champaign County or the vicinity, or you're a pastor, I am now the president. Well, I will be in January. I will be the president of the Minister Alliance for Champaign, Urbana, and vicinity. And I'm coming. I'm knocking at your door, because we need all hands on deck. I got a vision for some church to own a bank. Right now, I haven't talked to Pastor Parks, but I think if I had a church that I would want to have the bank and everybody else support that church, it would be Pilgrim. It really would. So I haven't talked to him. So, but we want to see what it looked like to have our own credit union. We definitely want to educate both young and old ministers, and we want to bring the community together.
And that's what we need. Yeah. So definitely we on the move.
Yes.
We on the move.
Yes, sir.
I mean, we doing something. We shaking trees. And when you think I'm over here, I'm over there.
Yes, sir.
You think I'm over there, I'm back over here.
Yes, sir.
You know,
yes, sir.
in the midst
yes,
of what I'm going through.
Yes, sir. In the midst.
Because I sure don't miss my dad.
I prayed for you last night. I was on the couch and I got teared up because I was with you earlier. But I wasn't thinking your dad. We was talking about this stuff. And I got home and I'm like, man, he just lost his dad. Now I got two dads, one in Atlanta and one here. And he done lost his dad. So I got ready to call you, but I know you go to sleep early. So I just sent you a prayer, you know. But in the midst of all what you got going on, you done lost your dad.
And I'm still fighting. Still fighting. Hey, I was just telling somebody, I've never got anything easy. Everything I've got has been hard work, man.
Shout out to Ken Jinks. We call him Jinks, Kenneth Jenkins. He said, Hub, if it ain't hard, you don't want it.
Yeah. So, hey, look, tonight, 6:30, Brookins Building.
Yes.
That's on Washington Street in Urbana. 6:30. Hey, even if you just get up, just can come there, sit down in the audience.
Bring somebody
And
with you.
bring somebody with you. If you got a comment that you want to say about, just being a part of the process, you have public speaking time to be able to say that. You might not have to even talk about no issues, but just let them know that you're there. And that's what makes the difference, man. But because it's hard for them to do anything that's distasteful when you in the audience. But when you ain't in the audience, it's business as usual. So let's let these people know that they're being watched on what they're doing, and our vote matters and our voice matters. So love you guys, man. Continue to pray for me and my family, man, as we mourn the loss of my dad. Continue to just support us. We're having a funeral next for my folks that's from out of town that's going to be seeing this here. We have a funeral next Saturday, which is December the 30th, at Church of the Living God with Bishop Lloyd E. Quinn. Visitation is going to be at 9 o'clock, and the service is going to start at 10. And I know Gabby had a lot of folks that loved him out there, man. So, man, y'all just come up, show up, support. Bro, I want the place full of flowers. So if you want to help me out with anything, go to Schnooks County Market somewhere and get some flowers and have them delivered to the church by 8 o'clock, because I want the place loaded with flowers. All right, love you guys, man. I'm out. Continue to pray for us, and we'll continue to pray for you. I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
Look like Bill was trying to. He had